Metro Boomin, if young Metro don't trust you, and that's he ain't trusting Brian Kelly.
It's so interesting you talk about loyalty, right? And what happens when you get on campus. And I think it's interesting because, let's use those Coach 30 videos, shout out. Those are hilarious, right? But he always talks about the Air app and how different that is now where, you can go pay with a coach and go find a different place to play. But I want to go back to something you said because you went through this process. You guys come off of the Fiesta Bowl, excuse me. You did not win. You got blown out. But
actually, it was close. Let's keep it real till some things happen. But it was a close game for half the game. You're welcome.
Anyways.
I'm just keeping it real.
Anyways. Edsall leaves kind of in the middle of the night. What's going through your decision, right? You're a freshman at the time. I believe you made, Roger Steele or whatever his name is. You made his freshman all-team list.
Phil Steele, you're coming off freshman All-American.
You're a freshman All-American. You're coming off of a really good season. What's going through your mind is, to your point, is like, a new coach is coming in, but you've got this camaraderie with the guys you played. Like, how did that all kind of go down for you mentally?
Well, here's the thing. You think tape doesn't lie. I've been playing, and, that should continue. And I trust my talents enough for the next people to come in, and, the status quo should keep going on. So, I was a second string as a true freshman. Ends up being, the same position, second string, starting positional nickel in my sophomore year, just because this is where politics start coming into play instead of it just being about your talents. And so, but also
a coach that didn't know you, right, and had no familiarity with you.
Right, and that's where you got to start. My mindset was all right, I'm getting a new coach, but once I get on the field, my play should be able to speak for itself, and then that's what it should only be, is about your play. But you end up seeing at that point in time, that's where a lot of politics come in. And that's where I can understand some people hitting up the Air app and joining into the transfer portal. But other cases, I see people jumping in the transfer portal just because they're not playing. But for my mindset, if I was playing and I can prove on the field of why I need to continue to play and my value to the team and why it's undeniable for me to not, to be on the bench.
What's crazy, it probably would have been, if the Air app is there and the transfer rules and portal was there at the time, it probably would have been easier for you to go find a better match, right, than what you ended up having in Pasqualani.
Yeah, it definitely would have. And, there's so many more avenues now for kids to make that jump for whatever reason that they have, and to put yourself out there, because I think the recruiting game is different for kids with not Huddle, using Twitter and this direct access into coaches, but then that's so many more players now that are available to get there. So how do you filter yourself out or separate yourself from the masses, so to speak? So, yeah, I think for kids, with the Brian Kellys of the world rolling in, we had Jim Mora Jr. just come to UConn. There's a huge coaching carousel going on right now. Yeah. I would, you just have to see what they're saying. And if you trust that and trust what your abilities are, go through it. And then, if you're, like you're saying, with the new rule changes, your first 4 games, you're not feeling it, you don't have to play. You just, I'm sitting out. That's it.
Yeah.